sent you a GIF.
Uh-oh. I'll have to check my GIF. The GIF was a gift?
Mm-hmm.
I like my gift. Oh, boy. Hey, Nora.
Hello, Dad.
What are we talking about
We're
this
going
week?
to talk about School of Rock today.
Welcome back to the Norah and Dad show. I am, as always, the dad, and I am here with...
Me. I'm Nora.
That was your cue.
Sometimes you say more stuff.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess consistency is not my strong suit. What do I know? Fairly monumental event in your life happened a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
You... Do you care to elaborate, or is that it? End of show.
Yeah, I think we can roll credits.
You think we can roll credits?
Yeah,
That's
I
it.
think
All
I'm
right.
Good.
You had been a student at School of Rock since you were
Maybe.
in second
Since
grade.
2013.
Yeah, since February of 2013 was your February 10th of 2013 to be precise, was your very first music lesson, and you have been taking lessons there and performing in shows there for the most part since then. And a couple of weeks ago,
On the 24th of September.
You took what was your very last lesson at School of Rock.
It was quite sad.
It was really sad. It was a monumental part of your life for well more than half of your life.
Yep.
Close to 10 years, and you're only 16. So that's, let's see, 10 to 10 is 5/8. So that's like 63% of your life.
Oh, wow. That was some quick math.
Yeah, Yeah, just a massive part of your life, going there every week, sometimes 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week for lessons and rehearsals and
Sometimes it was 4
performances.
times a week.
Sometimes it was 4 times a week. You were there a lot. You were by far the longest, at least at that particular location, the longest standing student probably in the history of that school.
Yeah.
Because it opened not long before you started.
Yeah,
the school
like a
opened, and there
couple
wasn't
months
like
before.
Yeah, and of the people that were there from when you started, they had long since graduated.
Yeah, they
from
were
high school and were out of the
they're way
program.
older.
Yeah, they were all high school students, and they're long gone. So it was a really good thing for you, School of Rock.
I would
don't you
say
think?
so. I enjoyed it.
I mean, it was fun, but it opened like so many like doors for you.
Yeah,
So many cool
lots
things
of
you got
connections
to.
I got to do.
How many
Got to
like?
make. I got to
just,
meet
like,
a lot of cool people.
Well, you did get to meet a lot of cool people. It put you. I mean, how many performances do you think you did through that program?
Oh, at least
over
a
the course
couple
of like
hundred.
10 years. Yeah, a couple hundred.
Oh, well, no, not... Well, oh, no, because I guess junior headliners. I don't know. At least 100.
So
Well, I was in 19 shows. Wait, no, maybe it was 20.
times
I don't know. I
times
was
2
in a lot of shows.
performances.
Times 2 performances. Sometimes 3 for parking lot shows.
right. So you're thinking. So you're maybe around 50 performances through the shows.
And I was in junior
then
headliners for
5 years.
5 years. And
So another maybe 10 performances, maybe
A year.
So you were north of 100
Yeah.
shows,
a lot.
which is it's a career for some musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it let's back up. So the program itself is a performance-based music education program. The program works. I mean, you get music lessons on your instrument of choice, and you took lessons both for guitar and then vocals.
I didn't want to start with guitar, though. I wanted to do vocals, and you said I couldn't because it wasn't a real instrument. And then I wanted to do
No.
drums, and you said it was too loud, so I settled on guitar.
What you wanted to do was drum. You never asked. You asked for guitar first. I don't remember you
really?
asking for. I don't remember you asking for vocals.
I
until
remember
much
asking
later
for
on.
vocals.
But you definitely asked for drums, and your mom are like, "We don't want drums in the
We
house."
have
And
drums
so-
in the house.
Well, now we do, but yeah, I think you got to know your kid's personality. And I said, if you're in the drums, you're in the back, and nobody sees you. And if you play guitar, you get to be out front. Sometimes they put a microphone in front of you. Sometimes you get to sing, and then you were all about that. but it's a performance-based program, meaning that in addition to the lessons, there
put
are
on
like
shows.
genre-based shows or artist-based shows
So,
that run
yeah.
for like 3 or 4 months at a time, and then you get matched up with other kids, and then every 3 or 4 months, I would say it's a recital, but it's not. I mean, it's in
It's
a
a
bar
show.
or a club, and it's like a legit like of varying degrees of quality depending on kind of how the group, because you got to mesh quickly with new kids every 3 or 4 months, but so of varying degrees of quality, but it is like it's going to like an actual like rock concert.
Yeah, and then they have, when I was there, they didn't have the rookies program yet, but that's if you're like, I mean, I probably would have been in it if they had it at the time. That's for like pretty young kids who have never touched an instrument before, and they don't do any shows, but they get to like learn how to play the instruments. And they have Rock 101, which I did 3 times, which is like a show, but there's only 4 songs and you're on like all of them, and they're just simpler songs.
Yeah, but
even when when they did,
I lost my train of thought.
okay, even when they did 101, the first year that I did it, I was the only student in it because there was not very many people at the school yet, and now they have like 3 101 groups because of how big it's gotten.
You were the one in the 101.
I was Norah and the Troopers.
You were it, Norah and the Troopers, which ultimately connected you with the old 97, which was
fun.
which is a good connection for you to have.
Connections
School of Rock put you on stage with Roger Waters.
They did do that.
We've told that story before. That was a really cool thing. It's put you on stage at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
many times.
More times than a lot of people who are inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame have played the Rock Hall.
Yeah, no, I've gotten to play cool places and do fun things.
Yeah, but unfortunately, the time came for School of Rock to come to an end. I mean, it would have ended when you graduated high school anyway, which is going to be in less than 2 years. But I think the time was, you weren't doing shows anymore with School of Rock.
And I was missing half my lessons because I have my own shows and I have a job and a boyfriend and school and stuff. And
life got busy.
Yeah.
Life just got, it was much easier to manage when you were like a little kid and all you had besides that, it was like the one activity you did, but that was it. You did that and you went to school. Right. And now you have a job that keeps you busy a couple nights a week, and you go to school and you're busy with activities at school, go mock trial, Lakeridge 2022, 2023. School activities keep you busy, and then you want to hang out with friends and you want to hang out with your boyfriend, and we like to see you every now and again too. And it's just nice to sleep in on a Saturday morning and not be obligated to schlep you down to a music lesson.
Yeah.
And I mean, the reality is you probably, you might disagree, but I think you probably outgrew or surpassed kind of the benefit that the program was gonna give you.
I disagree.
You disagree?
I think there's always more to learn.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I still cannot solo on the guitar. Just that's the skill I never learned because I never felt like I needed to learn it for the songs I was playing. Like,
do you want to be able to solo on the guitar?
Eventually.
Okay.
But I mean, I think I have the skills to teach myself that. It would just go easier if I had someone else teaching me, you know?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
you
vocals,
definitely have all the
thing. Like I can do stuff myself. It's just more fun to do it with someone else.
Of course. But you're also, you're booking gigs at the same venues where the instructors book gigs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, to the extent the goal of the program is to like make you a musician. It did. I mean, you're like a working professional musician. So, I mean, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
I suppose. So, and I mean, and the friends that just because you leave a place, I mean, the friends, it takes effort. There's people that you won't see every week, and it will definitely take more of an effort to maintain like those relationships.
Well, I mean, because I wasn't in shows, I wouldn't. I mean, I have like friends who go to School of Rock, but I wouldn't consider myself to have like best friends like I used to when I went there multiple times a week.
Oh no, I'm talking about like the instructors.
Oh yes, no, they're my friends.
Yeah, I mean, and right. And so it will take effort to, yes, you definitely, you you've always connected better with adults than you did with kids. Even when you were like a little kid, you connected better with like high schoolers than you did with kids your own age. And I think you probably connect better now with adults than you do with your peers. That's just an observation. But you definitely connected better with the instructors at the school than you did with the other kids taking the lessons and doing the shows.
Well, not all of them. I have my friend Gabby
Who's older.
Yeah, she's a senior in college now, I believe. And
thank you for proving my point.
yeah, and like she was at School of Rock when I started. Like I think in like the second show I did, that was her first show. Like so she watched me grow up. And like I don't talk to her every day, but we still chit chat every once in a while.
Yeah,
there's other people who stopped talking to me when they went to college.
That's a whole other story. But as you grow up, as you move through life, you will find that people will come in and out based on the things where you are and places you are and things you do, and some relationships that are worth keeping. It just takes effort to keep those relationships going. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. But like I said, it was I think an amazing program for you to be a part of. I think it definitely accelerated your growth as a musician. It's not a traditional music program in that you don't sit and learn scales and
well, no, you do.
But
they don't start with that. When you get older is when you learn that kind of stuff.
They teach you how to play songs, and then the theory comes by playing the music. They don't teach you the theory and then build songs on top of the theory. It's kind of in reverse, but it worked.
I can listen to a song and know how to play it, which I think is much more helpful than being able to read sheet music.
Yeah, you played a show Friday night, and we were driving Friday morning. I was driving you to school, and No Rain by Blind Melon came on the radio, and I thought to myself, but didn't say it because his voice is a little higher.
His voice is so high.
I thought to myself, this will be and it's got that kind of the acoustic part in the song. Acoustic. I thought, this will be a really, I thought to myself, this would be really cool if Norah covered this song. And then we were sitting there Friday night, and then you busted it out. And because you had the same thought, but you had said that you just kind of listened to it a few times at school, and you're like, oh, I can play this. And then you played it.
Yeah. I mean, I had a tab, but I knew how the song went, and I was able to know, like, because most of the time tabs aren't correct. So I knew like, oh, this chord wouldn't fit there. So I did a different chord instead.
And it sounded great.
Thank you.
It's one that you should keep. It's one that you should keep in the repertoire.
To. Yeah, no.
It's a good song.
You said you don't like Blind Melon.
I don't. Well, I
like
saw
Blind
them
Melon.
when I was at law school. They came and played a show, and I was all excited to go see them. And like, there was no Spotify back then. You either bought the album or bought the CD, or you just knew the songs that were on the radio. And I didn't have their CD, so I just knew that song that was on the radio. And it sounds like none of their other songs.
No, it doesn't. That's why I like them.
Yeah, it just wasn't what I expected.
No.
So it was like an hour of like hard, heavy music,
Mm-hmm.
and then like that song they closed with that song, and that's what so everybody just wanted to hear that song, and we were all there was thousands of people that were very disappointed until the end.
Well,
that's okay.
I like the rest of their music. I think No Rain is one of their worst songs. Not that it's a bad song, I just like their other stuff more.
Interesting. Very interesting. And now he's no more.
I know.
So
I didn't know that until I was trying to learn another song by them with Ed, who's my guitar teacher for the listeners, or was my guitar teacher. And yeah, and then I looked up the band. And I was like, oh, I didn't know that he passed away. When he was really young.
Yeah, he had some issues,
as most musicians do.
No, I wouldn't say most.
Okay, maybe not now, but in the past, lots of musicians have.
Oh no,
issues.
I don't think it's any different. I don't think it's any different now. I think there are definitely, I think a lot of artists, whether you're a musician or an actor or a painter or whatever, I think they cope with they work through their struggles through their art, and sometimes their struggles get the best of them, and it's unfortunate when it does. So
yes,
that's all. That is all. So, School of Rock, that phase of your life is no more, but rock and roll is eternal. That sounded so cheesy.
That was very cheesy.
Yeah. So anything else you want to say about the School of Rock?
Thank you. I don't know if my instructors will listen to this, but I worked with a lot of people over the year, and thank you to all of them. Ed is the only person that I stayed constant with, though, all of my time. So,
He was
Ed
the
for the win.
He was the guitar teacher that gave you your very first lesson. And he was your guitar teacher, gave you your very last lesson, and he was with you for your entire almost 10 years and has become a really good friend of ours. It's weird how people
Uncle Ed.
Yeah, it's weird. I think people come into your life for a reason, and he's one person that I definitely think came into our life for a reason. Just one of the most solid dudes I've ever met. So, yes, Uncle Ed for the win. He is someone that I know we will. He's someone I know we'll stay friends with, even though we're not going to see him every week.
And he still has stuff on his wall that are from like my first year there. Like there's a card that I wrote. I vividly remember making it at Grandma and Grandpa Klanik's house. And there's a picture of a guitar with an amp on it was like a piece of paper folded in half to make a card. And it says, "Dear Mr. Ed, thank you for being the best teacher over," because I spelled ever wrong. But then instead of starting over again, I just drew an E inside of the O. And then it says Norah.
Instead of starting ever?
Yep. Oh, that was a good one.
See what I did?
Yep. Situational irony. That's my new favorite thing.
I don't know if that's what that was, but okay.
I expected you to do something and then you did the other thing. That's situational irony.
There you go.
My favorite
AP
thing is
English.
explaining why jokes are funny now. Like someone said something. They were like, "Ugh, I hate you," but like as a joke, like friends, right? And I was like, "Oh my God, that's sarcasm."
You know what makes jokes not funny?
Explaining them.
When you explain the joke.
No, but it makes it funny for me. I don't care if it ruins it for other people. I'll be selfish.
Jeez. Now we get it.
Yeah.
Now we see. Now we see where it is.
Hey, you should be glad that I'm learning.
I am thrilled.
I'm never going to forget what paralipsis means. It's stuck in my noggin.
What is paralipsis?
I won't tell you.
What do you mean you won't tell me?
Haha. See, that was a paralipsis because I'm going to tell you anyways. It's when you say you're not going to say something, but then you say it anyways. There's quite a lot of examples of it in Gulliver's Travels, and it makes him an unreliable narrator.
Wow, look at you with the big brain.
I know, Miss AP Literature over here.
All right. I love seeing my hard-earned dollars working in real time. It's fantastic.
I'm glad you think so.
Anything else to add about the old School of Rock?
I will miss it.
Yeah, we're gonna miss it too. Can't say I loved all of the shows you did over the course of the years.
Which was your least favorite and which was your favorite?
Which was my least favorite?
My least favorite was 80s and my favorite was Punkalootion.
Punkalootion was a banger of a show.
It was really good. That's called.
I still watch those videos every now and again.
I do too. That's because the group merged really well together. We just happened to get along really well.
Good teamwork.
Left of the Dial was a really good show too. I don't know how the musical quality was, but we all had fun.
I think my least favorite show you did, in terms of the quality of the music, I don't know. The Jack White one was really good too.
I really like that
That
one.
and Punkalootion were the two best.
I don't know if 80s had bad music. It was just right after Grandma and Grandpa passed, so I have different emotions associated with that show.
Yeah. Oh, that exposed you to so many different styles of music too.
Yeah.
Going through that program for all those years.
I didn't like the emo show, but that's because that was over COVID, so I had to listen to the same songs for like 7 months, and I just got so tired of them. And I just didn't want to listen to them or play them ever again.
Fair enough.
But,
yeah, fair enough. Yeah. All right. Yeah, favorite shows. I think the Jack White and Punkalootion were by far the two best, hands down.
Yeah, I think group-wise too, both of those shows had good people in them. That
you could have taken either one of those. The Punkalootion one for sure. Like you could have taken like On the Road to clubs and charged people money to watch it.
Well, so we did one song, Second Wave Goodbye by War on Women, and you posted that on Instagram or Twitter or something, and the band saw it and they loved it, which is super cool.
I think Ed posted
was it Ed? I thought it was you.
I think Ed sent it to the band or shared it with the band. I think Ed did.
I thought it was
and
you.
then they posted it on their Facebook page. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of cool experiences that came out of.
Yeah, the old 97 shared when you were like itty bitty, shared one of your School of Rock songs on their Facebook page, and that was really cool.
And I got to meet him.
So, yeah, Roger Waters.
Oh yeah, he mentioned us by
shared
name.
That. Well, he mentioned us by name a couple nights later because I wrote the blog thing about the experience, but then he had his Instagram post where you were like all backstage hanging out with him. I mean, it was. I burped. I'm going to try again. It was experiences that most people don't get to have in a lifetime that you compiled well before like you became a teenager, which I thought was just really
No,
cool.
I have so many fun experiences, and I'm very privileged to have been able to have those experiences. It's not, I mean, in order to do that stuff, you have to be financially stable too. So I'm very grateful that you and Mom were able to put money towards that because it made me into the person that I am.
Our pleasure, but you are very welcome. That's part of our job is finding what you have a passion for and then throwing money at it.
It was horseback riding, and then I had to stop that because of School of Rock.
Couldn't be both.
Too expensive
It could not be both.
for both.
Yes, it was definitely one or the other. And time too, like you just don't, like it was a commitment of, they both would have been like substantial commitments of time. And so we were like, you got to pick one, and the guitar felt right. So there it was.
Yeah. I mean, I knew plenty of my friends did horseback riding. None of them played guitar. So I wanted to be different.
Very true. Well, I don't know if you wanted to be different,
No,
but it's just, yes. All right. Nora Marie, where can people find you besides here on the old podcast?
Everyone can find me at Norah Marie Music everywhere.
It's a .com. That's Facebook, Instagram.
Nora with an H.
The .com will give everyone listings of your gigs should they want to come see the music like live and in person. So you have a few coming up over the next few months.
Yeah.
So, and we're
most of them will
to
probably
add
be in
more.
the summer, but I'll probably get a couple in the fall, a couple more in the winter.
Yeah, we're continuing to add shows.
Maybe I'll go
you
on
can
a
find me
little tour over the summer.
Ooh, that would be cool.
If listeners would be interested, you can email us at Norah and Dad Show, I think. Is that the email? Norah and Dad Show at gmail.com.
gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you would be interested in a show, what city you would like, and maybe I will plan something.
We can fire up the old tour bus.
Yeah.
I need to get a tour bus.
Well, you need to get your car back first.
We need to get my car back first. Yeah, that's we can use the Subaru as the tour bus if we ever get it back. Yep. All right. You can find me at John Hyman everywhere. We will be back in 2 weeks with another episode of the old Norah and Dad Show. Nora, love you, kiddo.
Love you too.